It's the Monday after we passed our test and I am on the job hunt. I did say to myself that I was going to wait a little bit to get my CPC card and my driving licence returned. You don't have to, because I do have my tachograph card. That's the one that keeps an eye on your driver hours. I already had that ahead of time, so I can go for a job straight away. You can use your past certificates as proof until you get your card back and your licence. But I just thought it just looked a bit more professional. However, there are a couple jobs going in the area that I don't really want to wait on, so I thought we'll go and show our face. Over the next couple of days, there's a couple of companies I do want to visit. I'm a bit of a nerd. I've got a whole Google document of places that potentially we'll go give a knock to and just see if there's... A couple of them are hiring. A few of them are not at the minute. So we're heading to a low loader company, which, to be fair, you'd think, that's not necessarily somewhere that would give a chance to a new pass driver. However, on their job advertisement, they don't mention anything about minimum 1 year's experience, 2 years experience, and they explicitly say that they'll train you up on how to, offload and unload machinery. So I thought, well, let's in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's give it a go and see what they say. So we're heading to a little place called St. Martin's. Lovely little town. I suppose St. Martin's is a village. Anyway, just outside Oswestry. There's a store here on the left called Stan's Superstore. And it is super. They have literally everything you can imagine, from fresh meat, garden furniture, and everything in between. It's a great store though. Food's always lovely from there. I think it's this next left here. Yeah, this is the one. I think I see the build. Well, you can see the machinery. You can see the machinery they rent. So let's get parked up. Let's see what they say. Okay. I mean, that went well. I was pretty straight with him. I said, listen, I don't want to waste your time. I managed to speak to the transport manager. I said, I don't want to waste your time, mate. I am a new pass. If that's a dead no, then I won't waste any more of your time. He said it's not, but the job isn't really quite what it listed online. So online it said it was a trainee low loader operator, etc., etc. He said that it's a relief job. He said that means you'd be you could be doing anything. You won't have your own lorry, you'll just be covering for people who are off. He said it could be on the escort vans, it could be on the class 2, it could be class 1, moving trailers. It's not a dedicated class 1 job. He said it's suited to people who are new, young drivers or newly passed drivers, but also they get a lot of retired people doing it. So I said to him, so is it full time? I'm thinking, like, is it full time, but you found work? He said it's not. So yeah, that isn't so much ideal. I love the idea of doing it and getting the experience, but I'm not in a position where I can just have the odd day here and there if they call me, or a week here and there if they call me. I have given him my CV, because I said to him, I said, I'm honest, I said, I'll put my name forward for it, because at the end of the day, it's experience. But I can't really survive off not knowing if I'm going to get any work, But anyway, I've spoke to the guy. He didn't shut me down instantly. He did say a few other people have applied, so while I like the idea of the work there, yeah, if it's not a full-time job, that's going to be a bit of a struggle. But it's one of the places that I know that are taking on at the minute, that might take on new passes. The place I'm going to now is a company called Owens. They're based down south. I want to say they're based in Llanelli, but I might have got that wrong. But they have a base up here in Wrexham on the industrial estate. They're currently hiring them, and they're hiring a lot for part-time, sort of Friday to Sunday, which I don't want, and night drivers, which I also don't want. But they are hiring day as well, 4 on, 4 off. So we're going to head there, I think, and give them a CV. So, spoke to a lovely man there, it's very helpful. Dan, nice guy. As it happens, right in the yard right now, someone has just taken the job. They're having an induction. So they must have filled it, well, either today or over the weekend. They do have a couple of other jobs. One is nights. Now, I don't want to do nights anyway. I don't want to learn how to drive at night. And he said we wouldn't take a new pass on as nights anyway. So I said, that's fine, because I wouldn't want to do it as a new pass anyway. The other one is weekends, but it's only part-time. Now, I'm not against doing weekends. The 4 on, 4 off would have been doing weekends, but this is just 3 days. And I just don't think I could afford to just do it, but it would be experience. So yeah, it's a tricky one. So he says, yeah, they've just filled the job. So, you know, we move on, don't we? We crack on. There was one job that I applied for last night, and I'm considering just going there now and just showing my face. I think it's unlikely that they would take on a new pass. It did mention experience, but I'm just wondering whether I might just go there and say, hey, I did send my CV in, but, you know, I just thought I'd show my face. I'm gonna do it. So, yeah, productive, I thought. I went in, again, handed over my CV. Lovely woman there. She actually sat me down in the office. We had a little chat, which was even better. She did say that they do lean towards people with experience, but it's not a flat out no for a new pass. Just depends on the candidate. It's an agriculture company, so they kind of do twofold. They get, I think it's sawdust to make animal bedding at the production facility here in Wrexham, but they also do general transport. They're looking to grow general transport. She said it's not a flat out no. They haven't gone through the forms yet of all the applicants. So she's taken my CV. And as she said, even if it's not this time, she said, obviously we can keep it on file. I think it does help just seeing someone and speaking, because maybe she might, you know, remember me over someone that's just submitted their CV. We'll see. A productive couple of hours for now, and then we'll go home and have a look at some more vacancies and go out a couple more times this week to see what we can find.